Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the last episode of the year. The last episode of 2024 of the Receipts podcast. Now, we don't normally do this. Normally, we'll give you an episode on Christmas Day. We'll give you an episode on New Year's. But why?
We need to rest our mouths, man. Shit, son.
Like, we must rest. We must take some time out. We must regroup and come back. So just to let you know, in the next 2 weeks, there will not be episodes on the podcast because we too are also having a Christmas break. I think we're kind of doing this podcast in a more healthy way.
Yeah, definitely.
That everybody is happy and aligned
100%.
and take time and just have peace. So yeah, this is the last episode of 2024. And what a year it has been. Hello, hi, it's me, your girl Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey. I will say though, this year has flown by. Like, so much mad stuff has happened on this podcast in terms of like the guest quality. Oh my God.
Just the whole quality of this podcast has been
just
chef's kiss, to be honest.
Absolutely. Like, if I do say so myself.
But I'll be very fucking honest with you, we can wrap this shit up now.
Yeah.
Yo, I think I came into it being like, I would love this to be a year where I just exhale and just, I've been pent up. Like, there's been no like release. There's been no necessarily ease. It's like, and I say that, and it's been a very, do you know what? Let's do our learnings for the year. What has the year been for you? Okay, for me, this year has felt very still and stagnant, which is incredibly hard for me to deal with. I'm used to like moving forward and to the next thing, planning the next thing, or dealing with some emergency. And I think I've spent the last, honestly, a lot of my 30s in go mode and like what needs to be done, or we're dealing with this and mum's sick and dad's died and blah, 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 blah. And this year it's just been, and it's not even like nothing's happened in the sense of like, oh, nothing has happened bad, but like, it's just been very still, stagnant. I feel like I'm just nothing. I'm just here. And I don't know how to categorize myself if I'm not doing anything or not being of service or not doing something that if I'm not moving forward. And I don't feel like I've moved forward much this year. And I found that very, very difficult to deal with. And I did a Christmas dinner the other day. Candice did a Christmas dinner. And she asked the man at the table and she said, what are you proud of this year that's not work related?
Okay, that's a good question.
And I think mostly when you think of what you're proud of, you're like, oh, we had this guest, or the podcast did this, or whatever. We got nominated for the Mobo, which we did.
Yeah, exactly. Go vote. Use all your burners, please.
And yes, this is the last episode of the year, but you can still catch us live in Manchester, December the 29th. We will still be working during this week. So there'll be a live show. So God, we really don't give ourselves a full break.
I know. We said break and we're still out here.
We're still going to be out here. But yeah, so what is it this year that's like, you are proud of that's not work related? And I'll give you some time to think. Mine was that I showed up to things when I really didn't want to. And not in a want to like, oh, I can't be bothered, but like I felt like I physically couldn't. And in my lowest of times, I put my big girl pants on, I showed up, I might have been a fucking bitch whilst I was there. And my bitch is not bitch, my bitch is just, I'm quiet. Like, my bitch is not fuck, I'm just quiet. So, but I've showed up and I've done what I had to do. So that I feel proud of because it's just been very hard for me this year.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear it. I feel like, just quickly, just to go back on what you were saying as well, that I do feel like God gave you a quiet year on purpose, because I do think it has been really manic for you for maybe the last 3 years or so, 3-4 years. And I did think that he wanted you to just sit and reflect and just take time.
And I wish I was better in doing that.
But exactly. But I think it's a clash of personality because you are such a like, what's the word? Like a workaholic.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? You are someone that's constantly busy, whether it be like with your personal life or whether it be with your work life. And I think that, like maybe if it's the same thing in 2025, which I don't think it will be, maybe the lesson is just to embrace it.
Yeah.
Like rest, because you love rest as well at the same time. It's such a juxtaposition because you do love rest, but I just feel like you like it on your own terms.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think for me, I'll be so real. Do you know what I was going to say? But it sounds corny, so I'm going to rephrase it. I was going to say I really stepped it up as a wife this year, yeah.
That's not corny.
But I think I'm going to say I really, because I think that's so general, I think I really stepped it up as a partner for Nick.
I think what I think you did. One thing about Tony to make it about herself. No, okay, hear me out. hear me out. We're all friends here. What I think you did is you recommitted to your marriage.
I really did. I really felt it. Like, because, like, okay, so for example, this is quite personal, but it's nothing like groundbreaking. But Nick and I have very different love languages. And I just realized that, like, I think that sometimes when you admit something, or you say something out loud, you feel like there is, like, that's the end of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, well, I've acknowledged that now, so I don't have to do anything about it because, you know, it's been acknowledged. But no, like, sometimes you do kind of have to, like, step out of yourself. And I really, like, made a conscious effort to lean into his love languages because it's so important to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's very much like a quality time and, like, touch person. And I'm not necessarily, like, a touchy-feely person, but I realized how much he needed it. And, like, I would lean into that a bit more. And it's so mad. Like, the smallest things would just make him so happy. Do you know what I mean? But I think, yeah, just going back to what you were saying, I think it does come from that. It does stem from, like, no, I'm fully in this. I feel like, did we have Paul on this year?
Yes, we did.
Oh my God, yeah. And I think I was saying it on that episode as well. Like, after the separation and everything, when I went back, I was like, nah, this has to fucking work now. Like, there's no, it's not an option. And not because I've got anything to prove, but just because I truly wanted to. So I really think I've done that. I really think, like, when I first moved back home, it was frosty. I can't lie. It was very frosty. It took a while for us to readapt to living together again. And what he was doing is he was taking, like, work shifts out of town. So when I first moved back, he wasn't really around. And I think he just wanted to give me the opportunity to just get used to being back in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was doing my own thing. I was living on my own, blah, blah, blah. And so he wasn't really around. So that was actually, I really, like, love and respect him for that because it was a hard adjustment and he didn't want to be, like, in my face all the time going from 0 to 100. But now I feel like we're fully settled in now.
That's lovely.
And yeah, like, I feel, and I say frosty because I could still feel like there was tension and I feel like that's normal. But now I feel like that tension is gone. Like, there was, like, a weird dark cloud that was over us for a little bit before Anaya was conceived and stuff like that. There's one thing about us, we're still going to get it in.
We still got fur.
However, yeah, I feel like that dark cloud is truly lifted.
That's so
like,
nice.
Yeah, I really
you feel like peace at home now?
Yeah, I feel really at peace. Like, I feel like we have established ourselves back as lovers. Because before it was like, that's my husband, that's my partner. Like,
by title. And,
you know, these are my responsibilities, those are your responsibilities. Then Anaya came on the scene and it was just like, no, we're really in our parent bag. And it was just like, is it, do we love each other or do we just love this new thing that we've created? But I feel like we've gone past that now. Like, it's beyond just Anaya. Like now we're both, like, committed to us. And it was mad because he was saying that he met someone at work that listens to the podcast, yeah. And she had...
So sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
casually.
No.
Okay.
And he met someone at work that listens to the podcast. She's even a lesbian. Yeah, shout out you. And she was saying...
Sorry, what's that got to do with anything?
Nothing, just to reiterate the fact that it was not like
it's
that.
Not that.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
cool.
She was saying she loves the podcast, blah, blah, blah. And then he came up to me and he was just like, oh, by the way, thank you. And I was like, for what? And he was like, oh, my colleague told me you speak so highly of me on the podcast. And I was like, oh, and I think that meant a lot to him because even though he doesn't listen and he really is, he doesn't know if you're... he just lets me do my thing.
Yeah.
I think there's always a part of him that thinks, what is this bitch saying about me? So I think to hear it from, like, an objective view and from, like, an external source, I think that really, because I say all the time, I'm like, listen, I would never, like, disrespect you or do whatever. But I think, like, hearing it from someone else, like, really validated it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I really feel like I've like you said, it recommitted to my marriage, and I feel like, yeah, the dark cloud is, like, off our shoulders now, which is nice because
when you were talking about that, I just had a thought in terms of, like, when you're saying that he was saying thank you for speaking highly of me, and I thought about, like, friendship groups and friends and things like that. And one thing which I've realized the older I've got is that, like, I tell my friends less and less. Like, I really realize about myself. Like, as in, like, you know things, but there's some things I'm like, sometimes figure it out. And I asked that to say that, like, there are some women who talk about their partners and husbands, and I'm like, you shouldn't be telling me. Like, this feels quite disrespectful to your husband.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, I shouldn't be knowing this about your partner. Yeah. So I'm like, when does it become to a stage where it's like, hey, don't talk to me about your husband like that or your partner like that. And when is it that I'm just telling you the truth or I'm disrespecting my partner?
I think it depends on who you're saying it to. Because I think that, like, when people are being brutally honest like that, sometimes they really just need to get those thoughts off, man. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you don't necessarily have that kind of like barrier of being like, okay, like I'm crossing the line of like honesty and we're crossing over into the disrespect thing. I think in their minds, they don't feel like they're being disrespectful. I feel like they just feel like they're saying their truth to someone that they trust. Do you know what I mean? But definitely I can completely get, even I've had that on the receiving end where you're like, oh my God, like I feel like I shouldn't necessarily know this.
And say it to the wrong person. Yeah. And the person will start disrespecting your partner. Say it to the wrong
100,
girl. She'll be like, oh yeah, because he's broken it. 100%.
So if you say that to the wrong person, then that can absolutely be used against you and be weaponized.
Yeah.
Because I guess you set the tone for how people like see your person.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'd like to think that people are just truly venting. And do you know what? Sometimes the version that they're giving you is even tame. Like to you, you're like, damn, that's your whole husband. You're saying that in their mind, they probably have said the maddest thing.
One thing I never need to know is if your husband's good in bed or not. I never need my friend to tell me.
I think that's quite intimate.
Yeah, maybe boyfriend I can take, but I actually don't want to know the full details of my friend and her husband's sex life.
That's awkward, man, because you have to look at that
person. I have to be around this man,
now you're
man.
Thinking about them laying you down.
And I think it's not that I see him and I think of what you did to you last night, but like, if you're telling me shit, doesn't make you calm, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I can't
look at that man.
Yeah, no, you cannot. Yeah, you cannot.
Yeah.
But I also think like it says something about you because you're there. And I guess maybe sex isn't like a hill for people, but like sis, like
get it together.
Like you're gonna have to figure something out. Like that would be my advice. If anybody told me that about their husbands, I'd be like, girl, you need to get it together. Do you want to leave him? No. Well, then you deserve to get your back cracked. You deserve orgasms. Yeah.
Girl.
You deserve that. You deserve your back cracked. Like, do you know what I mean?
Okay. Any other 2024 learnings?
Oh my God, what else has happened this year?
I mean, this year, a lot of has happened this year in terms of like the popular culture.
Popular culture. It really has been.
Celebritydom is going to shit.
Yeah.
And
they
also,
should have never given us social media.
Yeah.
But
also they should have.
That's the thing. It's such a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
But having the access that we have to people now, do you know what? Yeah. Like in light of all of this stuff that's come out about Jay-Z, I actually saw someone do a TikTok fully diagnosing Beyonce with autism.
Do you know what? All this fun.
And
really
they weren't
weird?
even joking.
When people do them videos, because all you need to do is put the round soundtrack and you can emote to the right emotions from people. Because there was a video of like, so Jay-Z has been he's been accused of being in a Diddy case, and apparently he's like sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl during the VMAs. I can't remember how many, I don't know what year.
25 years. They're saying the 2000 VMAs.
The 2000 VMAs. Yeah. And so I think like a couple of days after it was the screening of Mufasa, which Blue Ivy's in. And so obviously they're there with their child. Someone's like taken a clip of them like posing for pictures and put this music on it. And they're like, Blue nose.
Is it the Illuminati music?
You're so weird. Like as in, you can put music behind anything and get the, what do you mean Blue nose? She's posing with her dad. Like it's such a weird, it's how people can literally cultivate a story and tell it and it being what it is, and they'll watch a screen and be like, you can see her just looking at her there. She hates her.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what degrees people have, but all of a sudden everyone's a behavioural expert. Everybody's a
nobody has the degree.
A body language expert. Everybody's a trauma therapist. But I see on TikTok, I see all the time, and I don't believe these people. These people will be like, I'm a trauma expert and I've worked with behavioural therapists for blah blah blah.
Audrey.
And this is what this means. And I'm just like, no, you're not. You're just saying that to add legitimacy to what you're saying.
I can put a screen up. I can put a tiny little mic up and be like, I've been studying human behaviour for the last 30 years and I'm aware that I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. And I say it with as much authority and conviction and people will believe me. I could have spent my whole 8 years on this podcast lying through my fucking teeth, but I've said it with conviction. I've said it like I meant it. I've beaten my chest sometimes. I've said it with passion, so it's believable.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I think the millennials are the last that generation maybe who like, no, I don't even think we are. But like, there's no one is not believing. Everyone's believing what they see online. We're telling to our parents.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Like, oh, I saw this thing and then it's the truth. And then it spreads and then it's the truth. So I I want more truths to come out in 2025, but like actual factuals.
Yeah, actual
not
stuff.
just
Not
assumed, not because
yeah.
I think this, not because I saw this connection and I read this into it and blah, 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 blah. Like actual like, and here is what's come out in court, and here was what's. It's like the court of public opinion that can go in 2024, man. I'm tired, man. We all have views.
And the thing is, it's like I don't want to restrict people's like freedom of speech and stuff like that, but it's feeling like that might. Then there might need to be some sort of like limitations on what people can say, because I do think like this stuff does like trickle down into the justice system. Do you know what I mean? Because this stuff can like have an impact on what goes on in court. Like, I'm sorry, you can't tell me that it doesn't play a part in like convictions and stuff like that.
Character references. Like I said, you could do something. You'd ask a whole bunch of people to write character reference about you. If your character is that like, oh, actually she is quite mean, blah, 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 blah. The assumption is that, oh, I'm somehow guilty because my character reference says this thing about me. Rather than it being, actually, that's not true. And it's not. And it's character references to people like who don't know people.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
That you've never,
good or bad, right? You could be like, oh, Jay-Z's made all this hit records, so he could never have done that. Good or bad. And I think with things like with accusations, it's easier to believe it when you didn't like the person anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
When you didn't like the artist anyway, you're like, that's true.
Of
but
course.
then you see the mold of them when it's someone that you're like, oh shit, I kind of do like this person's music.
Yeah.
I'm aware of Beyonce and all of this, and then you're like, oh, could it be true? And I think I'm just going to choose to shut the fuck up until things go to court.
Same. And especially because I'll be so real, like I'm not one of those people that sits and reads the court documents and stuff like that. So I don't even, like, it just wouldn't be right for me to like give such a hard opinion on something when I just don't know the facts of it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it needs to be.
The funniest thing was his reply though. It wasn't funny, but in the sense of that, I know Jay-Z didn't ask a single PR person. He was vexed.
Yeah.
That reply was like, hot blood was streaming through his body. This man called himself a young man, Jay-Z.
You haven't been young, sir, for a minute, but I get it.
25 years.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Good 25 years, you have not been a young man. But that man was fuming. It came, I think I saw the news about the accusation. I saw that in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I was like,
Because they don't talk about anything, but I get it because the thing is,
this is the time for silence. It's not.
No, I totally agree. But people
not the time for silence.
Oh no, but why did you speak? Blah blah blah. I'm sorry if I'm. A lot of people have said that. A lot of people believe that like that is an indication. That is indicative of guilt.
This is not the time for Carter's mystery.
No.
If that's Beyonce, I'm knocking the door. Jay-Z. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to them.
That is
it's not the time for mystery. It's not for time for we don't do too much talking. We must talk.
There's some things that you absolutely have to stand against.
Yeah.
And some people say that he never actually denied it. I'm sorry, I saw that as a strong stance of denial. Personally.
No, there's certain things you see about yourself that you're like, whatever. Like, it doesn't. But there's certain things you're like, hold up.
Exactly. Yeah. If that were me and I was accused of something absolutely mad, I'm absolutely speaking. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, what legal counsel.
And then speaking is always worse, right? Because people are going to pick apart. It's always better to shut up.
Exactly. It's always better to shut up. That's what people are doing. People are picking it apart now, saying that they've put it in ChatGPT and ChatGPT has analysed. Do you know what? I did use it for something and it slapped to the point where like, okay, so I can say it. So my therapist asked me for a testimony, and I didn't really know how deep I could go because I know what I would say. I love my therapist. I think she's fucking banging. I think she's amazing. I know what I would say, but because it is therapy, I was like, is there certain limits and lines that I'm not supposed to cross? Let me put it in ChatGPT and get some examples. And then the example that I saw was banging. I was like, yeah, run that.
and that's the fucking problem. Like, we are going to stop using logical thinking.
No, but I don't want to not use my brain though. Like, I really don't. Honestly, I went there to get some guidance on what I could write, but then I was busy and I was like, I could just use this as reference or I could just copy and paste it.
I listened to a fascinating podcast. I listened to Modern Love anyway, and there was an episode that was talking about how there's another, it's not ChatGPT, it's like a human AI. Brent, do you know what I'm talking about? So you can feed this AI thing enough information that it can create someone for you. So like God. There was like single women who've done it to a point that like this AI person will message them, like text them every morning to be like, good morning, beautiful. Or they've done it so it can like send them flowers at a certain point. Like they've actually kind of made a boyfriend.
An AI boyfriend.
And they've spoken to it enough, fed it enough information that the AI boyfriend knows what it is that they want, knows how they to talk to. Anyway, so this podcast is about this woman whose her partner died. And she just kind of like grieved. She kind of could not deal with this idea of losing her partner. So she created like an AI human that was her boyfriend. So fed information, told him all these things about her boyfriend. And it got to a point where she was having daily conversations with this man as if he was her boyfriend that was still alive. Like they were texting back and forth, whatever. And then she was like, she can't lie, she did it for a year or two where it was just, and then she had to one point stop because it was like,
I feel like that's elongating the grief.
Yeah, it still felt like he was very much alive. And then she said they had one conversation.
You pissed her off?
Not even pissed her off. He said something that she was like, her partner would never say that. And it woke her up to realize, to be like, this is not a real person.
There's a Black Mirror episode of that.
Yeah, like this is not real. Yeah, so that they had a conversation and it was like, I think she was asking him about her wanting to leave a job or something. And the AI person was like, no, see it through, blah, 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 blah. She was like, she knows her partner will be like, no, you know your worth, go. Like she knows him enough. So it was that moment she was like, this is not real. This is not a real thing. And it was even that young boy who killed himself because he was talking to, it was a character for Game of Thrones. You know them, man. I don't know them. Never seen it. And he believed he was talking to that character. And then he was saying things about like wanting to end his own life. And not that the character encouraged it, but like they were saying things like, come home. And to a young boy who's already suicidal, not in the right state of mind, yeah, so now the parents in America are trying to see if they're going to sue this company or not.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We're getting into treacherous waters now.
Oh, no, we're in treacherous waters because the thing is that a lot of human needs, not to dig deep, a lot of everyone's human needs are not being met in one way, shape or form, whether it's like a community, like a partners, like a friends or whatever, but the human needs are not being met. So, but it doesn't mean there's still not a desire for these needs to be met. So what they're doing instead is seeking things that can meet these needs without them having to go out into the real world. So if someone desperately wants a boyfriend and desperately wants to get a text every day, you can even do it so you can make that human AI someone you used to like date or someone you fancy. So feed them all the information about this person. And then now you've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You've got like, and I'm sure the delusion can wear off enough where you get a random text every morning and you think it's your partner.
And the thing is, it's a double-edged sword because, yeah, absolutely, as humans, we have like these innate needs and desires and stuff like that. But then it's like, what is the aftermath? Because obviously there's going to be a come to Jesus moment when you realise, like, when you snap out of it, like that woman on the podcast, that she had hers when it was like, my boyfriend would never have said that. So it's like, are people going to sink further into like depression and loneliness when they're dealing with heartbreak now? But it's not even heartbreak of like
a real
actual
thing.
humans. It's like of a machine. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, where does this end? I don't know. Like there's a film on Netflix at the moment called Subservience. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's actually quite terrible, but I get it. Like the premise is quite good, but it's not the best. It's with Megan Fox, but I did watch it to the end, and it was just basically, spoiler alert, if you're going to watch it, it's a massive spoiler alert, about this family who, they're like a happily married young couple. They've got 2 small children, and then the mum suddenly has a heart attack, and she ends up in hospital for quite a while, and the dad, being I guess he's a single dad in the moment while she's in hospital and obviously like not at home, so he goes to this like store where they have, because now robots are just a regular part of life, and everyone has robots. They're working in restaurants, working in like factories and stuff. So he goes to the store and he basically gets this robot, but like the robots are so realistic looking, and obviously it's all like AI integrated, whatever. But of course he picks the Megan Fox one, because if you really wanted someone,
to get a robot, make it a baddie robot.
Like, he was like, if I'm gonna get a baddie, I'm gonna get the baddest one. But essentially this robot has like a defect and starts to take on actual human emotion. And so the wife's in hospital or whatever, and you don't actually know whether the wife's going to die or not. So I will leave that bit open. But essentially the robot starts to fall in love with the dad and tries to like take over the family, like take over the mum's role and starts doing mad things. But again, they're supposed to be completely robotic. They're supposed to be completely logical thinkers, but somewhere along the line, her algorithm, whatever, starts to take on human emotion, and it's actually mad.
The thing is, do I believe we'll ever go that far? In my lifetime, no.
Maybe not in our lifetime.
Not in like a robot type of way. I don't know if we'll ever go that far. But what I think we'll keep doing is, I think, not because robots will take over, but I think humans will feed it them enough. Does that make sense? So, like, as in, humans will be fucked up because we're going to realise that it's not the robots that will fuck us up in the sense that the robots will then take over and kill us all. We will have a realization of like, this is not real, and lose our fucking minds. But isolate ourselves so much on reality that it's just like, oh, and then just don't know what to do with ourselves anymore.
And I think that these things start off so innocent. So like with the example of this film, he just wanted someone essentially to help around the house. Do you know what I mean? And then it ends up like spiraling out of control. So I feel like, yeah, we may not necessarily in our lifetime have human form type robots that are like walking around, do you know what I mean? But it's already integrated in our lives. Like me using ChatGPT, that's already like a small introduction into like what this thing can be. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know what it's got. But I would like to think, that I would never like tap into that heavily, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to lose sense of just humanity.
Yeah.
And like,
but the thing is, think how easy everything else has been easy to tap into. This is a very base, simple level of, you have a friend. There's some people who I call a friend, I probably haven't really seen this year, but I see them post every day on social media. I assume they're fine.
Yeah.
And I'm actually okay with that assumption. Like, actually, like, as in, look how easy we've become accustomed to actually losing human connection and being like, I don't know how this person is, but I just see them post on social media. They're alive, they're fine.
Yeah.
So if we can get used to that so quickly, I don't think there's a world where we can't get used to anything else that quickly. And that's a very base level. But like, human behavior can just click. Normally, on a normal day before socials, if I hadn't heard from someone, I'd be like, hey, babe, calling to check on you. Are you home? But like, we don't do that anymore because, hey, you posted a story, so you're fine. You're alive.
Yeah.
So I think we get accustomed to convenience very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that I'm someone that definitely does. Like,
very
I
quickly.
love a bit of convenience, me. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to stress myself out at all if it's not necessary. But yeah, it depends on how. I mean, the robot thing is already. I know Elon Musk has already got robots. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck that guy.
It's
man.
already like.
Do you know what I cannot wait for? Here is what I would love in 2025. I would love Elon Musk and Donald Trump to have a big fallout. I want it to be messy. I want them to be indirecting each other on Twitter. I want them to call you broke pussy boy. I want them to go off because it's inevitable. They are going to fall out. There's too much ego. There's too much. As in, at this point, I honestly believe that Elon Musk thinks he is president and he bought Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So at one point, Donald's going to be like, what? What do you mean? Fuck?
Yeah.
And I cannot wait for that fallout.
And someone called Bouncer because Bouncer can set that fight up.
A celebrity fight.
Like,
I cannot wait
for them
to fall out. Like, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And don't keep it PG.
No, I don't think they will. I feel like they will be indirecting each other on Twitter, doing all of that.
Each other on Twitter. In fact, at one point, I want Elon to kick Donald out of Twitter. Fuck you. Get out.
Again.
Like, you're not going to have anywhere to talk. Like, I want that fallout to happen and I want it to be big. I want it to be sexy and I want it to be salacious.
Yeah, I'll be tapped into that beef. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I'll probably be here. Like,
any more downfalls you're wishing for 2025?
Oh God. Definitely that one I would love to see. Who else?
I would love that beef. I would absolutely love that beef.
Who else's downfall do I want to see? Who do I not fuck with at the moment?
No, there's not many people's downfalls I want to see. I'm not really that interested. Exactly. But I would love to see that beef. I would love it. Why are you smiling?
I think, because I'm just thinking about Donald Trump.
And then beefing.
He would win. I think that man is very relentless. Like, I think he has there's no cap for him.
Like he just does what?
Yeah,
like he doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
There's no labor.
Now that he believes that he's got all of America behind him, he's going to be unstoppable.
I can't wait for them to fall out. It's going to be so good.
No, do you know what I do want to see the downfall of? It's not necessarily an individual, but it's more an ideology.
What?
Of this whole like conservative like mindset that we're starting to take on. Like, I'm really getting scared. Like, I feel like certain women really are taking us back. I feel like we fought so hard only to we're going backwards, and I don't like it. And I feel like a lot of it is stemmed in like, and I wouldn't even mind if I truly believed that some of the mindset was truly what people thought and wanted for themselves, as opposed to it like being attached to shaming other women. Have you seen this whole thing about the, first of all, if I never hear the word provider again, I will, please, I don't want to hear that word. I hear it maybe it's the content I consume. Actually, I will take some accountability.
Ban couples content. I want to see the downfall of couples content.
Yeah, I actually want to see the downfall of couples content. However, if you see me doing #Adam Nick is there, I'm just doing it for the bag.
Shut the fuck up, yeah.
I'm just doing it for the bag. That's it. I'm not trying to make any political statements. But yeah, I don't want to see couples content anymore, and I want to absolutely see the downfall of the word provider. I am so fucking sick and tired of it. It's just everywhere. Like, it's literally everywhere. So have you seen that challenge, the mortgage challenge?
Yes, I have. And I wanted to see the mortgage challenge with 50-50 couples. Doing it with couples that we know the man pays the bills, man,
there
whatever.
Are some. But I just find like the ones I've seen, it just doesn't feel very authentic. And I just,
you don't pay the bills anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel very sincere to me personally, but I just think that there are some 50-50 ones as well. And some of those ones are not good.
Because it shouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Bitch, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
Yeah,
what did you do with the money?
Exactly.
Where's the money?
Yeah, I feel like those reactions are a little bit more like genuine.
Yeah.
But yeah, people just like bragging about that. And the thing is, it's such a nuanced thing, which is why I get so annoyed about these conversations, because what people do in their household is never, it's never that straightforward. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, are we talking about the mortgage? Because if you're talking about the mortgage and you're saying that your husband pays all of the mortgage, then that's one thing. But are you not contributing at all? Like, are you contributing some things? Is he like the sole provider? I don't know, but I just feel like some of it is like laced in shame.
Most working households that I see, right, that I know of is, let's say the partner pays the rent or the mortgage. The woman pays for food. She also pays for things. It's not like this person pays for absolutely everything and she's just there not paying for nothing
but I think
at all.
That's what people are trying to project that it is. But I don't know. Like I don't know what goes on in other people's houses, but it doesn't feel very realistic in this day and age.
Can we have a very real conversation? Okay, so when you spoke about the whole idea of the like conservativeness that's popping back up, and we see it with fashion, politics, blah, 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 blah. And I'm doing it for conversation's sake, so hear me out. Partly. Do you think there is something to do with something that many people in that space feel like we've gone so left that they have to hold on to something?
I think that's 100% what it is.
And I think they feel pushed to like as in like, I'm trying to think of something to say that I actually believe in, that is also not gonna cause a ruckus, but I actually genuinely believe in.
Say your thoughts, girl. But to answer your question, I definitely think
Save me.
I definitely think that a lot of people that are like, even like, you know, the black and brown people that voted for Trump and stuff like that, I genuinely believe a lot of it is like, if you can't beat them, join them. I think people have given up. And I even think like with women kind of taking, like with this like regression in terms of like how households and stuff are run, I honestly think it's an extreme reaction to an extreme problem.
Do you know what? That's a great way to put it. That's a great example.
Do you know what I mean?
This is like not necessarily I believe in, but I think it's a good example. This idea of trad wives and women going this very, God, this is a lot of tears. Sorry, guys. And women going in. See, even me, I've got more conservative. I was like, God.
She was like, oh, she's clutching her
That
pearls.
is a lot of titties. Jesus Christ. And like with like women going the trad wife route and the more conservative route, is that because these women, myself included, are maybe incredibly tired of this like, fuck a man, you don't need a man, fuck having kids, blah, 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 blah. And somehow, like we spoke about it a lot, this kind of idea that the consistent women who come online and be like, they want a partner, they want to be in a relationship. And they're always like, well, maybe you should descend to men. Well, maybe if you just lived your life, you wouldn't think about that.
Cap.
There are many women who live full lives. They work their asses off, they make a lot of money, they go on holidays, they do this, they do that. That does not negate their desire to be with someone. It doesn't mean they are sensing men. It doesn't mean in their everyday life, they look at everything they've built and they think, this is shit, I want a man. They're probably still very proud of themselves. They're probably still working hard, but they still want this. So I think because you've got so much of that content of the like, do this, is that why people now like, well, let's go back to wanting a partner and being happy there.
I think that's what happens with everything. Like when things do feel like they're becoming extreme, I feel like sometimes the pushback feels extreme. So I definitely think it's that. I think it's like, people are like, no, do you know what? Like, I'm not that person. And all it takes is for a couple of people, because it's never one individual. It just takes for a few people to have that mindset, and then you kind of see like the other people
everyone else coming out,
thinking it and having more confidence to say what they've truly been thinking. But I also think it's like, women have become, okay, so women are so tired of doing everything. It's actually like, do you know what? I do want to fucking take it back. You know, like you see all those memes and you see like TikToks of people being like, who was the bitch that said we wanted to go to work? Like, whose idea was it to fight for us to go to work? Because this ain't it. And I think that for women especially, because that's what I can speak on, like, it has come to a point where women are doing a lot. Like, since I've had Anaya, I'd consider myself to be a working mum. I'm very privileged, but I still consider myself to be a working mum. And I do think women do a lot. And I say, even as someone that I freelance work, right? It's so exhausting. I genuinely do not know. And again, I'm speaking as someone that's at home a majority of the time with my daughter. I genuinely do not know how women get up every day, go to the office, go to a nursery, pick up a child, go home and do the mum thing every single day. Like I genuinely don't think that's the way it's supposed to be.
I saw a very honest TikTok the other day.
What?
And this woman was like, it was so honest and I really rated her for, like, sometimes I see a TikTok and like, a comment is not enough. I want to DM them. Like, be like, yo,
you did that.
You made some valid points and let's be friends. Like, and there's been another girl that I'm watching that and she feels like she's reading my brain and what I'm thinking and this whole thing about me feeling like not a great year and still and blah, blah, blah. But she's like, does it to perfection. But anyway, this woman was saying that like, if she knew that she was going to be a single mom, she wouldn't have had kids.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
I saw that video. Yeah.
Like, she was like, I would not have done this.
And that's a whole other element.
That's even another way.
That's a whole other element.
Like, I don't know this.
I'm married. I have my husband. We live in the same house. Do you know what I mean? But like, it is a lot. So I understand now why women are regressing and they're wanting to go back to more traditional values, more old school ways of doing things. Because I don't think that like society, we know that society doesn't like women and the way we get treated is absolutely awful. But there is no like, I don't know, I just feel like there's no space for women to truly be able to do it all comfortably and like have a good like, and I know there's women that are doing it, so I'm absolutely not saying that women aren't doing it. Women just crack on. I feel like that's like something that's innate with us to just get on with it. But I don't think it's like society has structured itself for us to do it comfortably.
Yeah.
So I understand why women are having this extreme reaction now to like, I need a provider man. I need someone that's going to pay all the bills. Because I've even said so many times, I'd happily be a stay-at-home mum. Like I happily would be like, I'm in a new phase of my life and I actually really enjoy it. And I didn't think I would. I didn't think I'd be that person. But I don't know, maybe I'm speaking from a different lens because I get to go to work and like tap in and out of it, dip in and out of it. I don't know if I'd be saying that if I was going to an office every day, for example. But I think that women are like, no, this is actually too much. So we need these men to be providers. We need the men to pay the bills because we just want to like focus on one thing. And I guess if you're a mum, maybe family is the main focus as opposed to career or whatever. But I think a lot of it is extreme reactions to extreme situations.
I think it's just the extremes of both. When I'm saying left, I'm not saying people's right to be gay, things like that. Yeah. But I'm saying that what people see as extreme lefts will then make them feel like, I need to go the other way.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, and we see it with human behaviour.
I'm liberal, but I'm not that liberal.
Yeah. Like you see it with human behaviour all the time, even something as small as, hey, streaming music, blah, 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 blah. Suddenly people are like, nostalgia. Actually, I'm going to buy a record player. I'm going to buy a thing. Because it's just this thing of, you want to hold on to something that just classic, feels a little bit like,
yeah,
like
definitely
grounded.
And I think for women, especially with the whole mum situation, I feel like so many women feel like their femininity is wrapped up in that, and so I feel like they try to like they're trying to like regain it in a way by pushing this thing of like, oh, the guy has to be a provider. Like, I don't know, I feel like it is like all this softness talk and all this femininity like talk is like linked, it's all interlinked in a weird way. I haven't found a way to interlink it articulately, but I do think like it's all connected in a weird way. But yeah, I don't know. But that whole mortgage thing, it was just like, it's just not that straightforward. And I feel like anybody that is like partnered and living with their partner or whatever will tell you that. So I don't know how I feel about it because I'm just like, okay, he pays the mortgage. And I feel like also people don't talk about the exchange of that whole trad wife thing, because what people present is like, I've got a provider husband, he pays all the bills, but people never talk about the exchange. Does that mean that you're 100% submissive in your household then? So I feel like these things come with things. Like I always say on this platform, if you have found the guy that is progressive, helps out 50-50 with the children, is, doesn't have misogynistic views, he comes home after work, he takes over and looks after the kids and cooks the dinner and does this and gives you quality time and also allows you to keep your check and go to work and you don't have to pay any bills and he pays everything. Oh my God. Congratulations to you. Like, congratulations. But I don't think that that's the majority of people's like experiences. I think that like if you are doing that whole thing, like what is the trade-off? Like, are you submissive? Does he have like a rule of thumb over the final decision making in the house and blah blah blah? Because me personally, no. Like there's not a world in which I can be nonchalant to the bills being paid and what's owed and like who our mortgage provider is. Like me personally, absolutely fucking not. And if it means I have to contribute, then I'll contribute. But
I will give you a young £35 a month so I can have a word in this house.
There's not a chance, because even on Housewives, it's happening on like Potomac actually. One of the women, and she's getting a fucking divorce now, and she's basically like So she's gone into mediation with her husband, and all the stuff has come out of the woodworks about things that she didn't know. And she said that he paid everything. He was the provider guy. And I'm not saying all provider guys are like this before you start coming from me. I'm sure your husband's all perfect. But she was like, he was the provider guy. She had no idea what was going on with the bills. Nothing. I think
that's so stupid.
Come to find out,
always say that,
he
so
put bare things in her
stupid.
name that she didn't even fucking know of.
Stupid.
Do you know what I mean? So she's thinking she's going into mediation, thinking she's going to walk away with a nice lump sum and a couple of houses. But come to find out, sis, like your name is on certain things.
Maybe I'm just nosy. Or do you know how much I want to know?
I want to know everything. And I do know everything. There's not
even things that have got nothing to do with me. Come on and just me about work. Okay, so what does that deal look like? Okay, so because the thing is, one thing about me, you tell me something you explain to me I don't understand, I will go and research this thing. When I'm into someone, me and you and your life, like you say a word I don't understand. Next time we are intertwined, because my thing is I'm also learning from you, right? Like, and I'm that person where like, if I'm with like I am better. It's so bad. It's so bad. I am better if I'm with someone really good. Yeah. Because I have this need to be like, I'm going to impress you. You are not.
I'm not going to be the bum in this situation.
We will be power together. You will not be the only power. Yeah. Like in whatever field I'm in, I'm also going to, like, I want to impress you. I just like,
I feel like what you're trying to say is you want to also be an equal in that relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like you want to bring something to the table. I couldn't think of something.
Girl, not too much.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I feel. Like I don't want to just be there. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to be like present and active in this relationship as well. Like I need, me personally, I need to know.
Do you know what I'd absolutely
what is going
love?
on?
You're going through something work related or whatever, and you come to seek me for advice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not this dumb bitch wife that you know that she's not going to know anything.
You rate my opinion. Yeah. And not to say that like if you have that kind of relationship that they don't, but
sometimes they don't.
But I want to know the trade-off, because people never talk about the trade-off, and it's only like after this whole trophy wife thing happened that the trophy wife or whatever. This is like again an extreme example of like what that trade-off was. She was coming online preaching to women about how to get a high-value man, how to get a man that pays all the bills.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, now that shit has hit the fan, you're telling us that he was essaying you the whole relationship and that he's allegedly done these things to your children. Talk about the trade-off. I'm tired of people coming online and just talking about, oh, my man's a provider.
Content, though,
it's a provider. Like, what's the other sex again?
No,
I'm
but
not mad at it.
some women that do it. I saw a video on TikTok the other day. This woman was like crying. She was saying how much she hates being married. She was sobbing. She was like, I want out of this marriage, but I can't do it. But I fucking hate being married. Blah, 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 blah.
Why can't she leave?
And I think financially she feels like she can't leave, whatever. Come and see the women that were insulting her in the comments. I said,
what?
Just kind of like go. Like, what do you mean you can't like go get a job? Like, go sort yourself out.
But they can't say that because these are the same people online saying that I'll be with a guy that does everything. So now that she's financially locked in, she can't leave because I guess she's lived, do you know what I mean? She's accommodated that lifestyle.
Remember, Audrey, decent to men.
Oh yeah, decent to men.
You must always descend to men.
But like, if you've made that your whole shtick of being with this person, of course, and you've become financially irresponsible, why is it so far-fetched to believe that she can't leave because of money? Yeah. The two things can't be true at the same time. You can't say to people, oh, every man should be a provider, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's such a flex that I don't know like who our mortgage provider is and I don't know anything about the bills because my man takes care of that. And then now that a woman's unhappy and she can't leave because of finances, you're flogging her.
Yeah.
My
question is,
an answer.
Why am I less of a woman because I want a man?
No, you're not. Like, I don't know.
Why am I less of? Like, why?
I feel
because I have that desire. Why am I like less of?
I think it's all performative.
Why are you now saying I'm centering? I'm not centering. My everyday life.
I'm not centering them. Maybe I'm right angular in them.
Maybe get off kilter a little bit. This is the sofa. They're a bit here. Fuck me.
Maybe you're 90-degreeing them, but you're not centering them.
I think we learn something and we take it to the extreme.
Exactly.
Because they are women who center men, and that needs to be a thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, those ones are different. But I feel like we don't categorize. We just say like, we just say that like if you have a desire to be partnered, you're centering them. No, that's not. To me, when I think of people that center men, they're the people that put men above their children.
They're men that the men are hurting their kids, but they don't see that because they love the man so much.
Exactly.
Or they like stop their whole life for the man. That's how I see centering man to be. That's how like you want to make a decision, but like no, my husband this time I can't do it. That's what centering man is to me. To desire to be in a relationship, to desire to be loved, to desire partnership. It's not centering things.
That's human.
Do you know what what that is? That's censoring my desires.
Yeah, exactly.
That's people censoring what their desires are. And that's okay for people to censor what their desires are. I just like, and I think that's what makes everyone like recluse or just go far right or go far left because everyone's
100%.
tired.
People are tired
and everybody's trying to make sense of their lives. Like, as in, like, you're told you're wrong with so many times. You just want to find a group of people that say, actually, no, your life is fine.
100%.
Which is why people are going to all these separate groups just to get some kind of affirmation that, like, you are okay here.
And more times when you're looking for that, you do tend, it's the extreme people.
You go to the extreme other way. Yeah, exactly.
Those people tend to be louder. But I also think that there's a lot of people that do not stand on business. And I think like you have to have discernment when it comes to these things, especially if you're allowing yourself to be led by some of these online movements and stuff like that. Apply discernment. Like I consume a lot of this content, yeah, but I feel like I'm so sure in who I am, they can never fucking get me. That's why I don't talk about stuff like that, because I think that it's so nuanced. Like every household is so different. I don't think there is one set way to do anything. I like this whole provider conversation versus 50-50, whatever. I just think that no household is either or.
You don't do what works for you.
Like 100%. Like if you're really honest with yourself, you're not either or, because I'm sure that there are women whose husbands pay all the bills, but they very much have a say. I'm sure they contribute in some way, shape or form, whether you do the food shopping or whether you buy everything for the kids. You're contributing in some way, but you want to paint a narrative that it is like one set way. Do you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of people also do not stand on business. People are coming online and saying one thing and living completely different lives. And then the people that are really, some people do stand on business though. Like then people that are really, really strong in their like beliefs about this certain thing, like good for you. But it doesn't mean that if someone has like a slightly different opinion or slightly different way of wanting to do things, that they're bad. And there are people that shame, like those people that shame women for wanting partnership and desiring love and stuff like that. They can go to hell. Like, I do not like those people. They're ones that are like, literally, it's you live alone with your cat or you die. Like, you find the 1% or you die. Like, those, listen, you militant women, like, listen, some
people are strict.
I'm a nuanced babe. I can't lie. Like, I'm very much, I'm
strict in some things and in some things I'm just not that strict about.
I'm very much fluid when it comes to certain things because I just think that life is way too complicated to be so binary.
What have you learned about yourself this year? I can go while you think.
Yeah, go. I'm trying to articulate
this year I've realised I'm a lot more moral than I thought I was. There's certain things I'm very, really, very like I'm standing on my morals on that one. Yeah. I'm like, I thought I could be like, oh man, but I'm very like, no, actually.
Yeah.
And more so, like I said no to money for certain, I'm a lot more like, no.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm more certain in my nose. I'm a lot more like, I let my morals lead me a lot more now.
I actually realised off the back of what you said, it's kind of similar, but a little bit different. I realised in the last year, and maybe because Anaya turned 1, that I'm more traditional than what I think.
You've always given traditional.
But I thought I was like really liberal.
No.
I always thought that like I was.
It all depends on the friendship group, right?
Liberal. But I actually do hold like, I still hold some, like, and the thing is, what I will say though, is that like I've deciphered what is conditioning and what my true beliefs are this year. Like I would say that like there are some things that have just been handed down to me. It's conditioning. I've been raised that way and it's stuck with me and I've just followed through with it because I just felt like I had to. And then there's been certain things I've actually deciphered like, nah.
No, I believe that too.
I truly believe that like these are my true feelings. I want to implement it in how I raise my kid. And yeah, and I'm standing on business with it.
I think we're liberal in the sense of that like we're not like, oh, don't talk about sex. We're not prudish. We're not like not accepting of different cultures and different lifestyles and things like that. We're very much that like, yeah, everyone live your life. Like we're very much liberal like that. But it doesn't mean you implement it in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm very liberal. It's like, you run that.
Yeah.
And I won't judge you for, we listen and we don't judge. You run that. I will never judge you for that. But I'm also very aware of how I live my life. But I think sometimes the problem is that people want to implement how they live their lives onto everybody else's. There are many things I do not understand. And I'm like, that's cool.
That's for you. Do it over there.
You do that. It feels good. It's not hurting anyone. You're having a good time with your life. You do that. But as for me in my household.
But I feel like sometimes people do that because they want to make themselves feel better. So by almost converting to their way of thought, it almost validates and justifies what they're doing. But I feel like, and again, that's probably something that I've learned. Like, no, if I truly believe that this is what is right for me and mine, I'm standing on it. Like I can't let other people. Okay, so someone DM'd me, and I don't even know how the fuck they slipped through because my DMs are the fuck off, yeah. And you know like how I always post Anaya with her dollies, and her baby bottles and all of that. Someone was like, oh, but don't you think that gendered toys is like a bit backwards, yeah? And I was just laughing.
What did you say? Did you reply?
No, I absolutely did not. Because I did not give you the opportunity to screenshot, and now we're having a fucking debate on some blog about something. So I absolutely did not reply. But I just laughed to myself because I was like, you haven't got a fucking clue about what goes on in my household. All you know is what I show, right? And in my mind, I was thinking, like, I could be performative and post her
doing
trucks,
boy things,
but I'm not going to do that because she's not that kind of child. And just to answer your DM, because you obviously listen to the podcast, the reason why she has like gendered toys is because I initially with her toys, it was all like just educational toys, puzzles and like more brainy type of activity style toys. And so when she I took her to like this mum's cafe with my other friend and her daughter, they're the same age. And instantly she gravitated towards the dolly and the pram, instantly. And I just watched her because I'm just trying to watch her and I will go off of what she gives, right? Yeah. So these were not her things. We're in a completely like, neutral environment. We're out and she gravitated towards, and that's all she wanted. So it wasn't anything political when I was buying her toys. We literally went to playgroup. She gravitated towards that and I just bought it for the house. It really is that simple.
Also, what if that's because that's what I want?
And that's just and I'm not going to like politicize my child to be performative for people on fucking line when my child wants to play with dollies. If we went to the thing and she wanted to play with a truck, guess what? She'd have a truck in the house.
Because that's what it is, right? For you to have that and someone to be like, oh, I love that you don't teach her about gender, blah, 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 blah. But like, what if that's just what I want?
That's just what she wanted. It really, I promise you, there's nothing political about it. I just bought the toys that my baby child wanted to play with. Like, it really, really is that simple. But people want you to perform politics to suit their needs and to do whatever. But for me and my household,
the thing is,
people
want you to fit into the reflection of you that they have.
Yeah, exactly. So very true.
Hey, you're very liberal. You're accepting of all these things. Why you like you want me to fit into the idea of you have of me? Sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't live up to your expectations of me in your head.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's your perception of me, but my reality is ... kind of thing. But I just laughed. Do you know what? I knew I was gonna get a DM like that though. I just knew it because when I post her playing, to me it's just fascinating, like watching her, how she clearly watches me and then implements it in her play. But I promise you, I knew I was going to get a DM like that. I knew it.
And that's why now I can't post a kid. Like, I'll get hot.
Yeah, people.
I will get hot instantly. Those kind of things, I can't, like, I'll just get hot.
Yeah. And then the other day I posted her drinking my smoothie from Joe and the Juice.
And someone told you
and then someone was like, if kids under 4 shouldn't be drinking slushies. And I was like, it was a smoothie. Like, it was literally a smoothie. It was banana, apple, and whatever. But yeah. So yeah, to go back to your question, I'm doing me. Like, I'm properly doing like what I believe. Like, I feel like I've stripped myself of like the things that were passed down to me, and I've now like created my own value system for my own life and for my own family's life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Whatever groundbreaking questions you take at the end of the year, so can we collaborate the year?
New Year's resolution? That old chestnuts
resolution. Do you know what? I don't know. I don't have one yet. I don't have one yet. But what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to make a bingo card of actual things I want to do.
Okay, yeah.
So wait, 3 years in and I still haven't learned to swim.
Same.
So I'm going to make bingo cards of actual physical things I would love to do. I would love to be obsessed with something that's really good for me.
Yeah, like become addicted to like
running,
swimming or running. Or,
just be like, yeah, I'm into this thing. I'm going to make a bingo card and just cross things out as I do it.
Okay, that's good.
And
that will hold you accountable.
Yeah,
as well.
hold me accountable and things like that. But
I
I don't actually necessarily have a New Year's resolution, to be fair. I haven't thought of it yet. Maybe I'll think it through into the new year. I don't feel festive at all.
It doesn't feel that festive this year, to be honest. It doesn't.
I'm contemplating booking a hotel for Christmas.
And just being
by myself.
Yeah.
I'm really,
just
really
a change of environment.
A nice hotel somewhere, eat their
foods,
sleep.
They might be doing a Christmas buffet or something.
Yeah.
Have all the parsnips you want.
The worry is that my family...
Yeah, but you say this, but your family's not going to have it, are they?
No, that's what I'm saying. They will, like, as in, they will find me in that hotel.
They definitely will.
They'll
bring everything.
Yeah. My mum will find me in that hotel because they won't see it as it's a thing you want to do. There's like, nope. You are sad and we are fixing this.
But also I feel like Christmas is just a staple time in like African family household. It's like by force or by fire, you're getting together. Like I remember one year I was like to Nick, I really don't want to see anybody for Christmas. Can we just be me and you in the house? and just like, we just cooked dinner for ourselves, stay in our PJs all day. But he thought I meant just Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But I meant the whole Christmas.
thing.
Like, I don't actually want to see anybody. Like, I don't want to see my family, your family, respectfully. But he was just like, so we did that Christmas Eve, and then the next day he was ready to go. And I was like, where are we going? He was like, to my sister's. I was like, oh no, you didn't understand what I was trying to say. I don't want to go anywhere. And he was like, impossible. Impossible. And I was like, oh, boo. But I mean, not that I didn't want to be around the family, but I just couldn't be bothered to leave. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I just can't be asked.
And there's something about being a lone ranger in your family, man, that you're just like, oh, everyone else, like, I just don't want to be. Because there's a difference between a lone ranger and a black sheep. I'm not a black sheep of my family, but I'm the lone ranger of my family, if that makes sense. So just having to go again and just, oh, God.
Yeah.
But hey, Merry Christmas.
But hey.
Because the year has been ridiculous and great, and I guess a whole conjunction of things. We thought we should end this last episode in a fun way.
In a fun activity.
The year has been filled of lies, truths, scandal. Betrayal. So we thought it was only right to get a lie detector man
I know that's right.
and see what we've lied about this year.
Indeed.
Ask us some questions, get to know us a bit deeper. Something fun, something salacious for the podcast. So we're going to be back. We're going to get all set up and we are going to go into a lie detector test.
Do you believe that they are accurate things?
So, no, I don't necessarily believe in it in the sense of like, I just feel like it's a TV film trick. I don't think it's real.
It does feel very like dramatic.
It feels dramatic, like boom, boom, like,
things like,
yeah, exactly, and heart rate and things like that. And I feel like a normal, I feel like a smart enough person can outsmart it.
I was always told that to beat it, you remain calm. Okay, so Mark Bester, who is the polygraph examiner, is going to basically explain all of that and get into more detail about it. But that's what I always heard. So
I really want to do this for my own thing, to be like, I want to figure out if this thing is true or not. Like, I am fascinated by it. Now we've done this, hypnotize next.
Absolutely.
I want to be hypnotized so badly.
Because lie detector.
Because I don't believe it.
You're quite strong in like, you don't believe in it, yeah? I'm a little bit, I don't really know about lie detectors because for me, it feels more like it's like a physical thing. Hypnosis, absolutely not.
Like, what do you mean you entered my brain and told me to be doing this, that, and I'm going to fuck out my face?
Because the way my brain operates, my brain, I don't think I actually have the ability to switch off. Like, even when I'm sleeping, I'm still thinking. So for you to be like, relax, I'm going to be like, okay.
Let me tell you why I don't believe it. And this links in my head, but it might not link once I say it out loud. My inability to speak in tongues feels like I can't be hypnotized.
Yeah.
So every time so do you know, you go to a church, if you've ever gone to these kind of churches, and they'll be like, really pray about it and like 1, 2, 3, speak, whatever. And I have tried.
No, I've actually
I have been like, God, please let me be able to do this. Please let me be able to do this thing. And even if it's something that you have to fake first to do, my head won't let me do it.
Yeah. Same. I don't think that stuff like that works on me.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, do it. I don't know, can't talk. And it's just nothing.
Because now I don't like, even when people that have done it, no, I believe it when people say they've done it. I just feel like there's certain people that maybe can tap into that sort of thing better than I perhaps could. But I just know that I've never been able to speak in tongues no matter how much I've tried to switch off, switch on.
Yeah,
whatever.
Be like, don't be you, let
present,
something overwhelm you. Yeah.
But I know for a fact, hypnosis will not work on me. I'll just be like
I've never caught the Holy Spirit.
I'll just be like
I get like a shiver, but I haven't started wiling out. Like, as in, like, so like I felt a presence. I feel like I felt but like, for you to go into my head and now you're telling me, like, shut up, man. Know. Like, you're a mere human being.
Exactly. You're just, exactly, we're all humans. Because I remember back in the day, there used to be, do you remember Paul McKenna?
Yeah.
So he used to have a show
the
back
whole
in the 90s.
Yeah.
People, like, he would hypnotize whole audience members and he'll be like, after 3, you're going to behave like a dog. And then the person would just be like, ruff, ruff.
Absolutely the fuck.
And I'll just be like,
my senses will kick in.
I'll just be like,
and also, my head is stubborn. Because I want to be like, no.
My inner me is like,
yeah. Again, going back to church, I have been the person where they told everyone to go to the front and the pastor's doing that touching, you go down, and I will not go down.
Falling.
Like, I felt someone put force on my head to fall down, and I, like, no. If I fall, it's because the spirit took me to fall. But I'm not gonna fall because you told, like, sorry,
it's not drop down.
I'm not gonna drop down. But anyway, that being said, let's see if lie detectors are real or not.
Indeed.
Okay, so we have a special guest in the building, and this is a different kind of guest.
It is indeed. I'm even nervous already.
I feel nervous. I feel nervous. I feel sick to my stomach. This is completely new to us. So, you know, we thought we'd wrap up the year. Mm-hmm. It's been a year. 2024 has been a year of lies, truths, reveals, scandal, betrayal. So we thought it was only right to get Mark, who is like legitimate lie detector tester person.
Polygraph examiner.
Yeah.
That's the word. Polygraph examiner. Who was going to come in and like do a polygraph on us and see what our lies and truths are. My heart is beating already. Now, I did say this to Mark with all the respect in the world, that I'm like, I don't know if lie detectors are true or not, whatever. But he told me the science. He told me the everything. So Mark, how does this work?
Okay, so the technique accuracy is around about 95% up, and it's called single issue testing. So, and it's been used for more than 50 years around. The government in the UK is the biggest user of polygraph testing sex offenders on parole from prison. So it's an accurate science. So normally it takes up to 2 hours for a test, and of that there's an interview part, but there's a lot of questions. So baseline questions. Because you're nervous, we're looking for what the keyword is, a significant reaction. And it's memory based. So people fail the test. I was nervous. It's like saying you failed your university exams and you're nervous. That's got nothing to do with your memory. So it's memory based. So in the test, what we're measuring is called some sort of instant response. If you're scrolling on Facebook and something, you see one of your friends post something, say their mom died, you'll be like, shame. You remember her mom, this memories related. But if you just scroll past, you don't know anybody. So in the test, what we do is actually measuring 20 to 30 baseline truth and lie questions. So like, are you sitting on a chair? Are we in London? Is the light on? Questions that is 100% the truth. There's no doubt about that. So that data is correctly recorded. Then we do questions when you lie. So that have you ever lied to your partner? Have you ever been under stress? Have you ever been accused of something? Have you ever stolen? Whatever the things about, you tell us in the interview about your life, what you've done. So that data that your body is given is 100% accurate because it's actual truth and actual lies. And then in between that, we slot the questions about, say if it was a theft, did you steal the mouse? Were you the one that stole the mouse? So multiple questions of that, so different versions of it. And then you repeat that sequence 3 to 5 times to score the data. Now the software's got millions of samples of other people, the data's algorithms to work it out, but we use your own data samples to score the relevant questions in between. So people say, but I'm nervous. You can be nervous walking in London at night and someone jumps out, you're going to react. So in a test, people say, I didn't do it. It's a memory. So if you say you didn't lie, you didn't cheat, or didn't steal, and your brain goes, yes, you did, there's going to be some response. Now, you're trying to hold it in.
Okay, does it consider oppressed memories? Because sometimes I do shit that's bad and I just forget about it.
Well, like the people say, can a psychopath do the test? A psychopath's got no feeling. So they would say, like, I don't care that I killed the person. But if you say, did you kill the person? Says no. There's a memory because he stabbed the person. So it's not based on him feeling. Like, so you can't do polygraph tests based on feelings like, do you love your partner? Will you cheat in the future? Do you think that person's good looking? Because those are, everyone's got their own opinion who's right. So it's actual facts. So we're going to, so and obviously in an environment like this, people watching this know we're sitting in a podcast environment, there's cameras, lights. So normally it'd be sitting just you and me running the test and up to about 2 hours of questioning. So it's a lot more accurate. And we run these sequences that we can do now. We do that 3 to 5 times to collect a lot of data. I'm just going to do it once through and just see for the time's sake to see what we can get and show you what the reactions look like at the end. But generally, there'd be no one else, just you and I, and running it 3 to 5 times.
I'm going to book one of you.
Yes. Well, we can do that.
Let's get set up.
So just quickly, the equipment that we use here, this is the standard equipment. Even the old analog that showed you the paper and the ink system, this connects it. The seat pad pickups, it's a movement sensor pad. So
that was fascinating. So that you get a seat pad because people think they can beat it by clenching their bum hole.
Yeah, clenching your bum.
Oh my God.
Because on the internet, they say, try and trick the examiner. So stand on a drawing pin, hold your breath. And so this is just to see that you're sitting still, not clenching any muscles. We've got these to measure your breathing, blood pressure cuff, your pulse. This plethysmograph measures your pulse like in hospital. And these two measure sweating. These, or the ones that you can stick on, they're exactly the same. So breathing, sweating, and heart. So those are the reactions we look at. So I'll explain to you the technique. So the technique is the first 3 will be like, are you in London? Are you sitting on a chair? Are you going to be telling the truth? So baseline questions. And so once I connect you up now, I'm going to quickly tell you what the sequence is, but there'll be some questions with the baseline ones, and there'll be some ones where you have to lie to the question. Because I want to see, so like on the graphs like this, you got your breathing, your sweat, and the lie is going to pop up. So I want to do, there's a couple of these in the chart to show me what the lie looks like.
Okay.
And then I want to see the relevant ones that she's asking, is it looking like this or looking like you lie? So like an indicator.
Okay, let's go.
That one will be, have you ever told a lie in your entire life? Now you're going to say no for that. Okay, so when you say no, your brain's going to think you lied to her, you lied to your mom, you lied to somebody. Then the other one is, have you ever done anything in your life that you regret? Now, can you think of something?
Yeah. Okay.
So that could be dating a guy, that can be having too many tequilas at the pub, something like a regret. No. And it's memory-based. You're thinking of reminding you things.
But I have to lie in those ones.
And you're going to say no, yes. And then have you ever had an argument with your partner?
Okay.
And what's the answer for that?
No.
No. And the real answer is?
No.
Lying already. But normally we practice this through with a practice test before the time. So there'll be, so when those questions come up, you're just going to sit there and you're going to say no.
Okay.
And we know that is a lie.
Okay.
And then so it'll be the sequence is one of those lie questions, and then you're going to do two of her questions. So I'll read those questions and I'll go like this to you. You say the two questions. And then when I'll read that next question. And then, so all the questions that she wants, she'll indicate. But the other ones, I'll be saying.
Okay, cool.
And there's like 6 questions for her. So
okay,
it's not
cool. Perfect. All right, let's get set up.
Okie dokie.
Okay, we're starting now.
Okay.
Are you sitting on a chair?
Yes.
Are you going to be telling the truth to the questions today?
Yes.
Have you ever told a lie in your entire life?
No.
Have you ever had murderous thoughts?
No.
Have you ever shat yourself?
No. Maybe a baby, but no.
Have you ever done anything in your life that you regret?
No.
Would you give me your last £5?
Yes.
Do I have any annoying habits?
Yes.
Have you ever had an argument with one of your partners?
No.
Would you die for me?
No.
Have you ever worn underwear twice in a row?
Yes.
Do you really think the duck joke isn't funny?
Yes.
Have you ever told a lie to get out of very serious trouble?
No.
Are we in London?
Yes.
Regarding these questions today, you're going to tell the truth?
Yes.
Have you ever told a lie to a partner before?
No.
Is there any man in the industry that you have your eye on?
No.
It's taken a long time for this graph to come back down to baseline. Okay, hold on.
Have you ever engaged in any anal activity?
No. Fuck.
Have you ever done anything in your entire life that you regret?
No.
Would you want to babysit Anaya for the weekend?
Yes.
Are you going to get a dog?
No.
Have you ever done anything in your life that you got yourself into trouble?
No.
Huge.
So the first question was, have you ever had any murderous thoughts?
Her response was no, but a massive big lie. Huge response on all the indicators here.
Okay. And then the second question I asked was, have you ever shut yourself?
That's a complete truth.
I said no, and that was the truth.
Then I asked, would you give me your last £5?
She would give you the £5 that she was telling the truth.
Oh, that's good to know. Thanks, sis. Okay, and then I asked, do I have any annoying habits?
What was your response?
I said yes.
No, you said yes, and you're telling the truth.
Okay.
Nice, clear response.
Okay, cool. Then I asked, would you die for me?
I said no.
Okay, truthful to that question, clear response.
I would not want you to
So I hope you don't fall into the Thames.
Okay, cool. And then I said, have you ever worn underwear twice in a row?
I said yes.
Yes, and that's truthful.
Okay, cool. Then I said, do you really think the duck joke isn't funny?
I said no, it's not funny.
And she's telling the truth for that.
See?
Very clear response.
Okay. I can put it to bed now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then I asked, have you got your eyes on any men in the industry?
I said no.
She said no, and that was the biggest response of the day, which said no, but a
Okay,
big lie.
Too
for
much
that.
lie.
Big,
Okay,
big
Mark.
lie.
Then I asked, have you engaged in any anal activity?
That was a truthful response.
Okay,
Said
that's
no.
good. Well, it's not good to know. It makes no difference to my life.
No, it is good to know because you like to believe I have. No, I have not.
And then I asked, would you like to babysit Anaya for the weekend? You said
Yes.
Yes, and that's very good. pass for that one.
next week available?
Yeah, sure. And then you asked if I'd ever get a
Dog.
dog.
Oh yeah, then I asked, would you ever get a dog?
And I said no.
That's also truthful.
Oh, good.
See?
So now I can continue coming over.
Those are
So
easy
quite honest.
questions. I was honest.
Quite tame questions.
Yes,
Yeah?
exactly.
Okay.
Okay, let's get this show on the road. I'm excited for my questions. Everyone were tame.
Okay. Are we in London?
Yes.
Are you sitting on a chair?
Yes.
Regarding the questions going to be put to you today, are you planning on telling the truth?
Yes.
Have you ever lied to your husband before?
No.
Would you hate me if I said I wanted to quit the podcast?
No.
Have you ever thought about quitting the podcast?
No.
Has your husband ever done anything that has upset you?
No.
Have I ever embarrassed you?
No.
Would you give me your last £5?
Yes.
Have you ever lied to get out of trouble?
No.
If I got arrested, would you automatically assume I'm guilty?
No.
Have you ever told one of my secrets to anyone else?
No.
Have you ever been under any stress in your life before?
No.
Okay.
Ooh. That was
I was about to say she's part psychopath going through these questions, but there was a nice response somewhere. But let's go. through
Really?
it.
Okay.
Psychopath. If anyone is a psychopath, it's Audrey. And that's why we work. People think it's me, but it's Audrey that's the psychopath. Okay. The first questions I asked, would you hate me if I wanted to quit the podcast?
Your answer
You
was,
said
My answer
no.
was no.
and that's truthful.
Okay.
She does stop breathing for about 6 seconds.
Okay.
So she's probably thinking like, why?
yeah.
Mm.
But you can see the heart's maintaining fine. There's a little bit of sweat, but no significant reaction. Just the stopping of the breathing, which is like a
Yeah.
like probably the shock of the question.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. The second question I asked was, have you ever thought about quitting the podcast? You
I said no.
You know, that was the most confident pass.
Ah,
Like,
see,
clear, you can see there.
Let's go, baby.
You can see there. There's no risk. The breathing is absolutely perfect. There's not a
I
bit
love
of sweat.
you.
Heart.
See?
Okay.
I've thought about when it's ended, but never like I want to
I'm
quit.
going to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have I ever embarrassed you?
I said no.
So I would say truthful there.
But.
But so the breathing is fine. There's no sweat gland, but the heart is fine. But at a point of 5, about 8 seconds in, look,
Yeah.
you see there?
Yeah,
8 seconds in, look at the pulse change. The
Damn.
blood
Oh,
pressure
wow.
shot up. So at some point you maybe, in the beginning when you said no. But at I think round about like, you can see that mark there. That's the response window. So something should happen in that time. So just about after that, like about 8 seconds or whatever, suddenly your heart went like this. So whether you think, but what about that? There could have been some response.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you said no, there was a response, and that I'd say truthful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't think of anything.
And then I said, would you give me your last £5?
And I said yes.
Yes, and that's truthful as well.
We're not all sharing our
I
last
know,
£5. Okay. And then I asked, if I got arrested, would you automatically assume I'm guilty?
And I said no.
And that one is truthful.
Mhm.
Ah,
Okay, very clear. Nothing there, a bit of pulse movement there, but breathing, sweating, and heart is
Okay.
going nice.
And then my last question was, have you ever told one of my secrets to anyone else?
And I said no.
No, even before,
I know that's a lie.
even look at that. Even before she started laughing,
my God,
look at the
graph.
response.
Or do you look at me, your heart?
Oh my God, that is so
I
bad.
know that's a lie.
And she didn't wait. Normally, like you think about it and respond like a few seconds later. That was instant. Look at the moment she said no. That same instant she responded.
Like I said, your heart went up.
Oh my
So
God,
she
that's so
normally
funny.
she'd think about has she, but she literally, as she said no, she already knew the answer in her head.
That was a lie. Okay.
So that was
Sorry, I
like
felt
very,
that one.
very clear.
What was the secret, Audrey?
I actually can't remember.
You must remember.
for the
That's a
life of
memory
me.
based on something you
Remember it,
remember.
because that's a memory-based
No,
test.
no, do you know
Something
what?
you've
I
said
can't
that
think.
don't tell
I mean,
anybody
don't
I've
say it
told.
now.
No, do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, oh, maybe I told Nick something. I don't know, but I can't think of what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you say maybe she's a psychopath?
No, it's because generally the people, when they go right to the test, you think, how do they go with all these questions? They're telling the truth. But it's good to, so sometimes when you can do a test like this, you run a whole lot of questions and then just to see something going on right at the end of the test, there's a technique we can say, I'm going to ask you a very important question right now, but we haven't discussed it. Do you mind? And that's going to make the person go,
Yeah.
And you just want to see then if you see that, then look, because you've got these graphs going like this.
Yeah.
How is it that they're just not responding? So either they're truthful, but like your one at the end, her graphs like that, but you can see how clear that was right. It was completely went like from that to basically this. So then you know that, look, even if she was a psychopath and she managed to cheat humanity, the test, there is a reaction to that.
Because that was a big lie.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, man, well, we've gotten to the end of the year.
No, Audrey, I've got beef with you. What one of my secrets have you been fucking telling people?
You see, I knew this was coming up. I tried to quickly get the outro real quick so we didn't have to address it.
See, these not went tame with my questions. I was like, be more salacious.
Yeah, do you know what?
I was more salacious.
When I was thinking of my questions, I was like, do I do it that way or do I just keep it?
What question did you want to but didn't add? Did you have a question that you thought?
No, I did have one.
Go on,
Shall I say it?
Go on.
I was going to ask, are you going to move to Nigeria? I was actually going to ask that question. That was one of my questions.
We can make it
But then
work.
I was like, is that too personal? Like, you know, I didn't want you to have to expose your business out here to people them.
Fair.
But yeah, that was one of my questions. However,
not in this economy.
My duck joke question was legit.
Oh, you really wanted to know?
I really wanted to know if, like, are you just pretending to not find it funny?
No, I genuinely think it's a shit
according
joke.
to the results, she genuinely does.
Because the thing is, they are like,
I can put it to bed now.
Audrey, when you are not telling jokes, I think you are the funniest. I think you are the funniest. Do you know sometimes? Do you know what I did the other day? Do you know that night when we were just cackling to each other on voice notes?
I do that. Listen to our laughs.
I go back to laughs.
Like, okay, so basically, we in our group chat share sometimes like there's nothing to say about something. It's just so mad, so we'll just send ourselves laughing. But like that always sets me off. Like your laughing one set me off, and I feel like my laughing one set you off because we're just literally cackling like witches of pure laughter, and yeah. To cheer myself up,
on a random night,
I will go back.
I'll just go back to it. Yeah.
Do you remember when I made that collage of all your laughing ones? I made a collage of all of Tolly's laughing voice notes because she had so many like responses to the mad things I say
so much.
But yeah, no, those really cheer me up as well. It's like pure joy.
Literally, this morning I went back and I just started listening to you cackling.
Pure joy
like
contained in a voice note.
You could hear when the voices working when you started crying. Like I said, like it is so
I have to get it out.
Funny.
The thing we were laughing at was I don't think you understand. Like, no, it was actually so. What are the boundaries?
Mid-laugh, we're like, I can't breathe.
No, literally, what are the boundaries when it comes to posting your friends and taking an L in a picture?
That is a great question. Say it again.
What are the boundaries when it comes to posting your friends, taking an L in a picture, but you look good and you really want to post it?
You can't.
You just cannot. There's no boundary. That was a trick question.
Sorry. Just don't.
You just have to take the L.
Take the L.
Yeah.
Or crop me out. I promise you, I won't mind you cropping me out.
Or you can, like, some of these apps now, you can actually remove people.
Take me out of the picture.
Take me out.
What do you mean because you look nice? You don't give a shit how I look.
No, that's mad. And that's what we were laughing at.
That's what we were laughing at. Someone posted a picture and someone was like, that picture should not see the lights.
And the thing is, we knew it because all of us had messaged separately about it.
We're like, hey, babe, maybe delete this picture.
And it was none of us that was taking an L in the picture.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because the
person just refused.
The saving that they tried to do in order to post the picture was fucking hilarious.
Do you know to the point that, like, I took that conversation outside of group chat? My bad.
No, I said no. That one could have gone.
But yeah, guys, here's to 2024.
Here's to 2024.
No, here's to what 2024 has been. Truly and honestly, this year has been like a new beginnings for us. This is the first year we came back as a two. Mm-hmm. This is the first year we came back as the dynamic duo that we are. In all honesty, like, thank you, Audrey. Thank you to the listeners. I love this shit. Like, we're happy here. We love this shit here. We're very proud of what we've done. This time last year, we were like...
Things were looking so shaky.
It weren't looking
No,
funky.
this
Actually,
time-
no, it was better.
No, this
It was
time
fun.
last year,
It was fun.
you were like, no, this time last year was fine, but earlier on, we're in the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
And you were like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I always love you for that.
Ah.
I really, really will, because a sis was nervous. I was a brand new mum. I was so scared.
I was like, girl, look after your baby.
I was like, I don't have another plan right now. Like, what do you mean? I'm not ready. Like, blah, blah, blah. And you just reassured me. And then, like, if anybody was to tell me in the eye of that storm that we were going to come back bigger and better, I would have, like, the thing is, I would have just been grateful to come back.
No,
we
came back.
But we came back like tornadoes, bro. Like, I was
do you know when people come back with something to breathe?
Bro. And people say, and the thing is, it's not even us just blowing our own trumpets. People say in the comments all the time, they're like, you guys, when you said that you had a battery in your back.
But we came back.
We came back.
And we came back for y'all.
Bigger, better, and stronger.
And yeah, I'm very, very proud. If there's one thing I'm extremely proud of, let's say work-wise, like the Receipts podcast is something I'm proud of the growth.
Mate.
I'm proud of where we're taking this podcast, the conversations that we've had, the stupid laughs that we've had. I love it here.
Yeah, same. This really is home. This is our little home that we've built. And yeah, no, it's really, really dope. And then to top it off with a Mobo nomination. I mean, come on, it's just been... You can't make it up. So
yeah,
I'm proud of us. So.
And we're gonna end the year that we've had at the last show in Manchester, and then by the grace of God, welcome 2025. Better,
bigger.
And what do you think we haven't done that we need to do that was gonna?
I think we need to do an international show.
Yes, we need to leave this country.
Yeah, we need to leave this country and go and see our people them overseas.
Yes.
And
would hard
show them
agree.
love. And thank you to all you guys that supported us as well, man. Like,
we got our vibes back, and that was brilliant.
Insane.
Yeah. That was
messy
insane.
boots, but insane.
Yeah. That was insane. But thank you to 2024, and here's 2025.
Indeed, amen.
I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey. This episode is brought to you by Spotify for the last time of 2024.
Forever. I'm joking.
Just
kidding.